Right.
That's fine. Oh. So, Chloe, what made you get into media?
To be honest, Stephen, at school I had no idea what I wanted to do. Um, I, I loved telly, I loved radio, I loved media, and I just thought, right, that's probably what I should do. And at school as well, I was good at music and I was good at English, but I was rubbish at maths and I was rubbish at all that kind of stuff. And I thought media would maybe be a good option for me. So I applied for the course at Glasgow Caledonian University, and luckily got in. And that was it. Just the way I went.
Was uni hard?
Yes,
Like,
yes and no. I really enjoyed it. The first couple of years, it was fun and it was rewarding. Met loads of friends. But the last couple of years with your dissertation, it is hard and it is stressful, but it's well worthwhile.
so could you have a life? Like,
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't say I was out all the time, but I definitely was out quite a lot. And when I was at uni as well, I started on the Capital Street team.
Hmm.
So that's where I actually met a lot of my friends, and I actually went out with a lot of the guys that worked at Capital at the time as well. So it was really fun. And at the time, I got involved with Radio Cali, the student radio station. So we had lots of kind of Radio Cali nights out and Radio Cali fundraisers and things like that as well. So it was good.
were you on the radio for Radio Cali?
Yeah, I did a radio show on Radio Cali, which I was probably terrible at, but it was really, really good fun. It taught you how to kind of put together your own wee features and edit as well. And at the same time, I did Bolt FM, which was in Black Hill. So it was a community radio station as well. So I did that with my friends, and it was just really, really fun. And it helped us learn a lot about radio and all that goes into putting together a show, basically, because you've got that full hour that we had, and you had to fill it with features and make sure you knew what you were saying when your next link came up. And again, it was more like a hobby. I really, really loved it.
How did you get a job in Capital and BBC?
So,
What one came first?
well, I started at Capital in the Street Stars, so basically it was kind of luck, I suppose, as well. Like I say, I was studying media and communications at Glasgow Cali Uni, and one of my colleagues, or one of my friends from uni, he looked after the street team at the time, and he was looking for people to join the street team. And that was something that I was like, oh, I really, really want to do that. That'll be great fun, and I'll get to learn about the station. And so I ended up applying for the job. It was a total disaster because I got an interview for the job, got the job, right, so it's totally delighted. And then I had to go for my first day of the job, and I was half an hour to an hour late.
Oh, God.
Because it was really, really bad snow, so we couldn't get anywhere. There's no buses on, there's no trains on, and I was completely panicking. So I managed to eventually get there, and I think everybody knew who I was for them because it was like, she's the girl that was late. So I got in there, and then, to be honest, I just never left. So I've been there ever since. And while I was there, I started at Capital in my third year of university. So while I was at Capital, I started looking for other work experience as well. So I did work experience with Channel 4 for their 4 talent days in Dundee. So I went all the way up to Dundee, but it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. And I did work experience with STV as well. And then that's where kind of BBC came along. I started doing sport is one of my kind of other passions as well, and I love Scottish football, so it's a huge hobby of mine.
Who's your favourite team?
Kilmarnock. So I ended up inquiring about some work experience in Sports Scene, which is the football results show, which telly programme. Because at the time I thought, oh, maybe it's telly I would like to do. And did that, and went along, and then ended up being asked if I wanted to work on Off the Ball, which still is a really popular sports programme. I would say sports football loosely, because it kind of attracts all ranges people, but it's really, really fun. And to be honest, I still kind of doing bits and pieces there as well, so it's great.
So getting volunteer is a good thing to do.
Definitely. Definitely. Like I say, at Capital, I kind of lucky. I kind of was in the right place at the right time, and ended up, like I say, never leaving. But at BBC as well, I get given an opportunity to get a job and stay on a freelance basis after doing work experience. So it's definitely worthwhile and definitely good for your CV. And it kind of learns you skills that you wouldn't learn in the classroom as well. You get to learn from meeting people in the industry, and people are really helpful as well. So definitely.
So what's your other plans for like the street team? Would you offer?
When I'm hiding or when I'm planning the kind of shifts? Hiding. Always I look for people who are lively, approachable, funny, someone who will be a great brand ambassador, so someone who knows the brand inside out and absolutely loves the brand. So somebody that can go and tell the world that Capital's the best radio station ever, and they want to tune in. Because what I keep telling, what I tell my street stars as well when I'm training them up is, they've got to remember, they're the first point of contact to any listener that we'll have. So 9 times out of 10 days, our listeners won't see Des and Jenny, they'll just hear them on the radio. So our street team have got to reflect that. They've got to be the best they can be to make sure that the listeners tune in, or if they're not a listener, they make themselves a listener and they tune in and listen to Des and Jenny. So I hope that answered that.
No, so do you travel a lot in your job?
Yeah. So we basically, our TSA, which stands for Transmission Area, covers the full of Central Scotland. So we need to make sure we're promoting the brand all throughout Central Scotland. So not just Glasgow, and not just Glasgow based. So we need to try and make sure that we're in Edinburgh, Stirling, Falkirk, Dunfermline, and even last week we were in Perth, believe it or not. We don't even broadcast to Perth. No, but we were in Perth. But yeah, so
Aberdeen, you know.
No, it's way out our transmission area, so we kind of focus on the Central Belt.
So where's the Central Belt?
So
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, Stirling, Falkirk, and it kind of cuts off just before Kilmarnock kind of area. So we don't kind of cover Ayrshire, and yeah, kind of stretches all the way around. It's like a big circle basically. I've got my map that's on my desk, so I can look at it and refer to it all the time, because I'm terrible with stuff like that. The map's next to me so that I know when I'm sending the girls out that they're going to the right places.
So were you bad at geography then?
Oh, terrible. I always have to look at the map to check my places in the right area.
So who's the biggest celebrity or person you've met within your work?
Oh, that's a tricky question. Because from doing the job, we've met quite a lot of celebrities, but who I would say is the biggest, I don't know if you would say is the biggest, if that makes sense. The biggest I would say for me, and the most kind of starstruck I've ever been was, I don't know, Frank Turner, because I'm a total massive Frank Turner fan. And that was actually when I was doing student radio at Radio Cali. Went to interview him, but star wise, Rita Ora, 5 Seconds of Summer, Jessie J, Judy Murray, believe it or not.
So do you get starstruck?
I I do and I don't. I get starstruck at the really, like, the people that you would not expect me to get starstruck at, like so Rita Ora and Jessie J, big stars and all that, but like so the Frank Turners, the weird kind of musicians that I proper love, that's when I get really starstruck.
Do you ever socialise, you know?
Sorry?
Do you ever socialise, you know?
Not really, no. It tends to be like the bigger stars. So like the bigger stars, like your Jessie J's and your Rita Ora's, they're in and they're out. So they're away straight away to their gig, and we'll do, for my job wise, I'll try and get like a wee video of them, or I'll try and get some pictures that we can put on social media. And the producer will concentrate on like the interview, etc. For on air. But maybe some of the smaller stars, like if we're doing an event where we're putting on our own gig and we've got like a couple of stars along, like I'm trying to think of an example, like when we had like Amelia Lilly and people like that at events, then I will like sit and we'll have a laugh with them backstage, and after the gig and stuff like that, we'll maybe hang out not me because I'm boring, but some of the other guys would maybe hang out with them. And sometimes as well, when we've done stuff at the Fringe with comedians as well, some of the comedians will kind of hang back as well. So sometimes, but no, like I say, not really me, because I'm not very exciting, I'm too boring.
So is it not, it's like other things you do in the like music, so obviously the Fringe, you do the Fringe, what else do you do?
So obviously the main thing is to promote the station and promote Des and Jenny, our breakfast show, so that's our kind of main aim. But we put on like smaller events, and obviously Capital is a massive brand, and it puts on events like the Jingle Bell Ball and the Summertime Ball, and we'll promote it up here in Scotland, and we'll often get pairs of tickets to give away with travel and accommodation, because obviously for our listeners it's miles away, but they'll get the travel and accommodation, which is great. But we put on local events as well, so like sometimes we'll do things at the Fringe, we'll do like a live OB, or we'll do racing events with, you know, at Hamilton Park Racecourse or Perth Racecourse, or we'll sometimes do I did say comedy gigs, didn't I? We seem to like comedy gigs. Or we sometimes do like bespoke events, like we put on an event in February there for Valentine's Day at Tony Macaroni's. So we came up with this idea that we wanted to put a spin on the Tinder dating app, but make it live basically. So we wanted to get a group of guys and girls along to this night, and we wanted to kind of set up a few dates. So we ended up doing that night, and it was a good laugh. It was good. I don't know if they're all still together, but on the night it certainly worked.
So see, like do you ever get free like gigs, concerts or anything? No.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes Sometimes we're just lucky, I think, and we'll get passes to go places. But again, it's just your luck, I suppose, if there's stuff like that going, and if you're dealing with I don't know what I was trying to say there. If you're sometimes you get an answer. I just said it this bit out. I'm trying to think, because we have went to. Yeah, right, start again. That's me just in a total mind block now.
Captain America.
Actually, I suppose, so I'll answer back now. Yeah, sometimes we do, if we are working in partnership with the venue. For example, we're now the official radio partner for the SSC Hydro, so we'll sometimes get tickets to give away on air, and tickets to give away marketing wise for gigs there, or sometimes we'll partner up with Cineworld and we'll get we'll be really lucky to get premiere tickets and things like that. So yeah, it's all about your luck, and if you're in the right place at the right time, I think.
So what's the highlight of your career so far?
Oh, that's a good one. To be honest, I think I'm quite I don't want to sound like a total dick. But I think I'm right. To be honest, I'm quite pleased with where I've. Oh, what am I trying to say? I'm proud of where I've got so far. I think